Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode in season 2 of Viva Aaliyah. We are very excited for today's episode. I am so excited, not just for our guests, but for our virtual bartenders. As you saw, we have two today. One is our very good friend Meredith, who is narrating while the very handsome Hunter makes a cocktail. But before we go into that, I want to let you know once again why we have virtual bartenders each week. One, it's so I can learn how to make more cocktails, so I can forget about what's going on in the world. And two, because during this pandemic, some of the hardest industries hit are the service industries and the nightlife industries. And so who takes care of us better than our bartenders? When I'm doing a show, when I'm hosting, when I'm at a brunch, the bartenders always keep us going. So we want to give back to them. So if you have $1, $2, $5, $50, $100, whatever you want to give, if you can, go ahead and check out the Venmo underneath. We'll also keep it up after the video. So without further ado, from Destination Dogs in New Brunswick, New Jersey, give it up for Meredith and Hunter.
Hi everyone, I'm Meredith. This is Hunter. We are at Destination Dogs in New Brunswick, New Jersey. It is actually the original restaurant, part of the group that Fatto Americano was a part of. That's where we used to throw kick-ass drag brunches. It's where I originally met Aaliyah, and so we're super excited to make a cocktail for you. Let's see, we're going to be making it with my husband's bourbon that is actually made in Colts Neck, New Jersey, Muckley Eye from Colts Neck Stillhouse, and this cocktail is called the Town and Country. Hunter's going to make it up for you.
So start off, it's going to go Manhattan variation with our spin on it. It's 2 ounces of bourbon. It's my serious face, so I'll do that. Half ounce of sweet vermouth.
Some sweet vermouth.
A bar spoon of maple syrup.
You could use any maple syrup that you have in the house, really.
And a little dash of apple bitters. Pour in a little ice. And then we're going to give it a nice stir.
Yeah! Stir, stir. Rule of thumb with shaking and stirring, if it's all alcohol and no citrus, you're going to stir. If you have citrus in there, you're going to shake it up a little.
We're going to throw that on a big sexy cube. And we're going to finish it off with a zest of orange and a maraschino cherry.
Mm-hmm.
And that is it. Town and Country. Come here at Destination Dogs. Get it. Made with the finest Muckley Eye bourbon.
Yeah, come support you guys. It's a tough time for everybody, but Destination Dogs is still here. Amazing food, amazing cocktails, even better hospitality. Have a great night. Enjoy your drinking.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Meredith and Hunter. Thank you so much for that. That sounds delicious. I can't wait to head over to my bar and create a cocktail. Once again, they are at Destination Dogs in New Brunswick, New Jersey. If you've not been, it is phenomenal food. Go ahead and check it out. And if you have not seen, scrolling below, we're going to leave this going for a couple more seconds, is Hunter, the bartender's Venmo. So if you have $1, $2, $5, $10, go ahead and send that beautiful boy something, because he is good looking. We do love Meredith. Chip commented in. Meredith is a very good friend of ours and was the manager at Fatto Americano, where I used to hold my drag brunch. And I can't wait to get back and make Meredith come back to us again. Jackie and I are working on it, Meredith, just so you know. Getting you back, that is. But make sure to show them some love and check out Hunter's Venmo and check them out on Facebook and Instagram if you can. All right, we have a phenomenal show for you. I have one of the sweetest people I have ever met in my entire life. One of the most beautiful people I have ever met in my entire life. This person you'll hear later, but judged me when I won Miss Gay United States. And I have had the privilege of not only being judged by this person, but becoming a part of this person's life. And I am so, so, so honored to have my dear friend, Dr. Sionne Hunter.
Hi. Hi. How are you?
I am great. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm very good. Very, very good.
Yeah.
Yes.
We talked a little bit earlier about the rain. We are not rain people, especially
I'm not a
with
rain
things
person.
like this.
God, no. Mm-mm.
And you
Can't
have
stand
just
the
been
rain.
running around in the rain today, I heard.
I did. I was doing a couple errands and stuff like that. I was receiving an award.
Okay. Which award?
It was a philanthropy award for Maryland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations on
Thank you.
an award. I am so excited to have you on the show today. You know, you and I can cut up. We just saw each other recently, and we had the best of times. We have some news to announce at the end of the show that we had talked about at Miss Gay United States, and I'm so excited for that. But I have one very important question for you that can't go unanswered. What are we drinking today? What's in your glass, babe?
So I am drinking a Whistle Pig bourbon and a Clicks vodka. So they're like they're extremely good. One has like an orange barrel taste, and then the bourbon, I think it's about 40 years old, and then like it's like a quadruple distilled vodka, which is super called Whistle. So the bourbon is called Whistle Pig, and the vodka, if I'm not mistaken, what is that name? Beluga Gold.
Oh, I do love Beluga. Beluga is
Gold.
so good.
Mm-hmm. With some orange liqueur, but it's more like just orange juice.
I learned since Hanukkah is coming up, Beluga vodka is kosher.
It is, yes. I'm huge on a lot of the kosher elements as far as like drinking. I don't drink a lot, but however, when I do, I try to support as much environmentally friendly stuff.
When we get together, though, we do have a few cocktails.
Oh, absolutely. I didn't say I didn't drink. I'm just saying I don't drink a lot.
Fair enough. So I want the audience to know. I know you. I know how beautiful you are. I want the audience to know a little bit about you. And what got you into your line of work. You actually have quite a few lines of work flowing into you. So tell us about you, tell us about what you do, and they will automatically know why you're here.
Okay, so hi everybody. My name is Dr. Sionne Hunter. Most people just call me Hunter. I am former military. I'm a former military nurse. And a lot about me. I used to work for the government, then got out of that because I wanted to start helping people, the LGBT and non-LGBT youth. So I decided to open up my own nonprofit foundation and then do a lot of like small branches. So I work a lot with up and down the East Coast, helping a lot of individuals who just can't make it. It doesn't matter if the families are like rich, poor, they get kicked out. You know what I mean? It comes to the point where what would you do? Your mom and dad, when you were raised, you were told you could be whatever you want. So all of a sudden you go to your mom and dad and you say, hey, I'm gay. You know what I mean? All of a sudden you're kicked out on the street, and then that's not fair. You know what I mean? They take away your clothing, they take away your food, and then all of a sudden you're left on your own. You're in college and you're bouncing around on friends' couches. And then it started to really, really, really like rustle in my mind. And then like there was one time I was at a place that is no longer open in Washington, D.C., and a person had bought me a drink, which I was not accustomed to, or really weird because I'm really iffy about that stuff. Someone you don't know buying you something at the bar. And then all of a sudden that same person, I walked out and I saw that person literally had an entire house behind a garbage dumpster right next to the club. And this is something I never knew. I saw this person every single day. And then so it just started from there. And then it just really started to build up. I couldn't do a lot because I was still in the military and still working for the government at the time. And then after that, I was in, a lot of it had to do with what really pushed it forward. I was in a relationship. I mean, it's kind of a sad story, but it's done and over with, but it helped me get to where I am to really give me that extra push. I've always wanted to sit there and be humanitarian things. My family gives out hundreds and hundreds of gifts to the military every single year. We have packing parties. So I come from a background of philanthropy and things of that nature. But when it came down to what really pushed me over the edge and opened up Sionne's heart was I was in a relationship. This is a while ago. And at that time, I was working at the Pentagon. I mean, most people don't know this, but I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. So I was working at the Pentagon, and then I had just purchased a house for my then fiance. And I had to be I transferred to go to training because I was being taken over as a chief department. And then when I came back 3 months from NSA, during that time, my fiance had, it was really sad. He had, I guess he was going through some issues. We talked all the time, great relationship, 5 years going strong. And then come to find out when I got back, he had moved in his sister and his nephew. They weren't like fully related. And then things started like being really weird. And so I just started asking questions because his nephew was like a son to me. And then his son goes, hey, Sionne, can I talk to you? And I said, sure, buddy, what's up? I said, you want to go shopping? Want to go ice cream? Whatever. And then he goes, yeah. He goes, because I don't feel comfortable talking. And then I'm not going to cry. So it's really good. So he ended up telling me that my then fiance was, during the 3 months I was gone, he was 14, was molesting him. So that shut me down, and I just said, absolutely not. And I just walked away. I told my mom, sold the house. I don't want to deal with it. It was all over the news. My family protected me from it. And then, so this is probably the first time in about 8 years, 10 years going along or more that I've actually discussed it. And that's what pushed me over the edge to sit there and do it. And Sionne's Heart was born, and I just went full throttle with that.
So you kind of led into the next question. Oh, what a great graphic, first of all. That is beautiful.
Thank you.
The next question is actually what catapulted Sionne's Heart, and how did you, what exactly is it? So you said it helps LGBT youth. You said that it's because of all these things, but what is the main focus, or what are the main focuses of Sionne's Heart?
So the main focus of Sionne's Heart is we help anyone that is considered a vulnerable community. Doesn't matter if you're LGBT, non-LGBT, anyone 18 and under. Technically, it's 25 and under. Youth, period. So if you're on the streets, if you need help, education, if you've run away from home and you feel unsafe, then we will sit there and help you at free of cost. You know what I mean? So stuff like that. So it's taking vulnerable communities and actually putting them together and using our resources to help build them up so that they can feel safe and live a prosperous life.
I love that.
Yeah.
I do want to keep talking about Sionne's Heart a little bit, but I also want to let you know that in New York, we have our youth, and it's something that I've been a part of for years, and it's taken a break, but we're actually coming back this next year. And so I would love to partner with you. Our youth is an LGBTQ youth diversity scholarship. So it's primarily for LGBT youth of color that have grown up in unfortunate circumstances. Obviously, we're not going to discriminate if you are a Caucasian child.
Absolutely.
You've had a rough life, but we also know that people of color and children of color, especially LGBTQ people, have a disproportionate disadvantage because of where they grow up.
Very much so. Yeah.
And so we give out scholarships every year, and we're coming back this year. We've taken a break, and we've wanted to make sure our ducks are all in a row. But this year we're going to come back stronger than ever. 2021 is going to be the year of our youth. So we would be happy to partner.
I would absolutely love it. That seems like a lot of fun. It's something that we do work with quite a bit, and I do randomly on a not really necessarily case by case basis, but we definitely give out a lot of scholarships for schooling and things that I would love to do that. That sounds like a lot of fun, and the collaboration would be beautiful.
And I think the thing when people talk about giving out scholarships, one of the things they forget is that people of color are not typically in areas where the academic bar is set as high, and so you could be the valedictorian of your class, and you're not getting the same. Let's say like New York City versus Rye, New York, for example.
Correct.
Rye, New York is like here academically, New York City is like here academically, you know? So,
Yeah.
so we not only help them with that, but we help them with books. We help them with housing. We help them with getting acquainted and finding organizations within their campus. So I feel like we could do some damage together in a good way.
Absolutely. That'd be a lot of fun. I have, New York is truly one of those places they say if you can make it, you know how they say if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere, right? But
Yeah.
in New York is also what a lot of people don't know. It has one of the biggest hearts and a lot of things that different random specifications of what people want to give to. And New York is one of those places, yes, people want to give. Some people give for the wrong reasons, tax breaks, and of that nature. But a lot of people that you would never know do like the undercover stuff. And then New York is also really big on if you don't ask, then we won't know.
Right. 100%. Which
Yeah.
is why organizations like Sionne's Heart and Our Youth are there, because we kind of put ourselves out there for people to be able to ask
Mm-hmm.
in an easy way, not like begging, but like, hey, I need help. Great, let's do this.
But I agree. So a lot of people don't understand, like when it comes to nonprofits, when it comes to a lot of things like that, a lot of nonprofits, if you look them up, they don't give a lot back. I mean, yes, they stand for something beautiful, but if you do like your homework, a lot of them, I won't say names, because I think every nonprofit does, has good intent. But a lot of it goes towards, like if you give $1, only 40 cents of that dollar is actually going to the actual cause. You know what I mean? But I found a way. Like Sionne's Heart is, it's I pay all of my staff and people out of my own pocket, even though we get grants and stuff like that. But I feel that the more I contribute from my own, that the more that can be given back. So as of right now, I think we're one of like maybe 1,000 in the entire United States. Definitely, but I know a lot of them are not. We give back 93% of what we bring in, which is very, very far and few between.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Very, very proud of that.
You started telling the story of your inspiration for Sionne's Heart,
Mm-hmm.
and you went into it a little bit, but is there anything else you would like to say about that inspiration for the start of the organization, and how that person still involved in your life, and are you still in communication? And
So I am a very forgiving person, and that's taken a lot because I'm you know what I mean. Every time people automatically assume that everyone's life is perfect. I mean, I'm a very you'd never know it, but as far as like my personal life, I do keep my personal life very, very separate and very private because of my family and then of things of that nature. So I do still wish the best for this individual. However, I do not keep contact with this individual at all, simply because of the stakes. I'd become a hypocrite in my mind. I wish no bad intent on the individual. However, me associating with that person, even though I've already forgiven that person, I literally went to the place where they were being held. Like it was a really big thing. Like you could probably still, if I gave you names stuff, you would probably still be able to look it up and sit there and still see. Like it was a massive thing. They're like, oh, and then involved my family because of who they are, and then things that it was wild. It was pretty wild. I mean, the inspiration in total, yes, that was a part of it. That was just like the kicker. But the biggest thing was a lot of my main inspiration had a lot to do, even before this incident, just had a lot to do with the fact that there are so many organizations out there. Some people sit there and have organizations that absolutely do nothing. They think that they're going to get a whole bunch of free stuff and stuff like that. I don't make any money from this, you know what I mean, at all. I don't take a salary. I refuse to take a salary. And so a lot of that has to do with the fact that I saw a lot of organizations, nonprofits, for-profit and things of that nature. They were doing good, but I didn't feel that they were doing enough for our community. And then at the same time, I've noticed that if you become narrow-minded with focusing on one thing, yeah, you can focus on one particular genre. then you lose out and there are other people hurting. So it would make no, just like you were saying earlier with your scholarships, it would make no sense for me to sit there and help out only the LGBT youth when there's another youth sitting next to them. I'm not going to go and be like, are you LGBT? You can get help. Are you LGBT? No, I'm not going to help you. I can't do that.
Right.
That doesn't make sense. But a lot of organizations are like that, and I refuse to be that. I think everybody needs help and everybody deserves a chance. And I've been very blessed by the way I was raised to sit there and be able to do that. And I'm all about giving back 100%. And I don't need anything back in return at all.
I love that. JP! Love Sionne's
Hi,
They're amazing
JP.
and do so much for the community. And I love Dr. Hunter. Yes.
Oh, thank you so much, JP.
Oh, JP. It's so good to see you.
He's amazing.
He is amazing. JP is the current owner and the most amazing promoter for Miss Gay United States, Mr. Gay United States, Gay United States at Large, Icon, MI, and Femme Fatale, and was my promoter when I was Miss Gay United States. So I'm very, very, very happy about that.
And he has the most beautiful family.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Ah.
Like, how? That child
His
is
wife,
so cute.
Amanda, is amazing. His child is beyond adorable.
Yeah, little Gio is so cute.
He is so precious.
So, well, that got my mind going somewhere else. But but you also mentioned the youngster who came to you. Is that person a part of your life still?
He is very much still a part of his life. So after the whole thing happened, my first instinct was to move him and his mom into their own apartment. So I still pay for their apartment. And then I paid for them to have an apartment and move out for an entire year. And I didn't care what it cost. I just wanted them away from the situation. Because obviously if they're not gonna be living under my roof, then I felt that I was responsible. I mean, I didn't understand the situation. Because by no means is that should be a part of anyone's life. I understand it happens. I deal with talking to a lot of my kids and stuff on a day-to-day basis about it. But so I sit there and remove them. I got them into a good school. As of recently, I got him his driver's license. I bought him a car. Him and his mom helped. His mom now works for me. So, I mean, and she, got her on the right path. So absolutely, I do still very much. And I think next year he goes to college, which is amazing.
Oh my God.
And Sionne Hunter would be giving him a full ride.
That's actually a good question then. How many years, I mean, we could probably do the math, but how many years have you been going on Sionne Hunter?
So Sionne Hunter is 5 years old. No, 7 years, 7 years unofficially, 5 years officially. And then we became a full-blown 501c3 in 5 different states as of 2017. August 2017. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because I mean, you have to do all kinds of like foreign entities, and it's a lot of work to deal with each state, but it's well worth it.
Starting a 501c3 is not easy.
No, it is not. So I do teach people how to do it without, because a lot of people don't have a lot of money to actually do it. It is very expensive to do. However, I came up with a way that you can sit there and do it that does not take any money out of you, and it answers basic questions. So I think I've helped, I want to say as of to date, 425 other organizations become 501c3. Which is still in every state is different. One of the most recent, but not recent, was the Joshua York Legacy Foundation. They were about to pay like $6,000 to a lawyer, and I was like, "You don't have to do that. I will help you." And they go, "But it's going to take a long time." And I was like, "It's not going to take a long time if you follow my directions verbatim. Then I promise you, you'll have it within 6 months or less." They thought I was crazy, and then all of a sudden they got their letter in the mail from the IRS saying that you are 100% a 501c3 tax-exempt organization.
And that's what takes the longest time, right? Is the lawyers, and it's not necessarily putting in your application or putting the money down or like figuring out how to register the name. It's the lawyers, right?
It is. It has a lot to do with the lawyers. But you think about it, you're a lawyer. Just like if you want to make money, you have to be able to sit there and finagle. But at the same time, when it comes to 501c3, if you have a basic idea, a good idea, and you sit there and pump it through, you can't automatically, a lot of things, people automatically assume that they are going to bring in $100,000 that year. Well, that doesn't make sense. So if you go that route, and let's say you started in August, you're going to tell me, depending on what you do, you're going to start with $100,000 automatically. And people, the finance side, people don't understand, because $100,000 bringing in, you have to remember operating costs, all the costs. Then that's the actual amount that you bring in. It's not, and it's just, finagling numbers.
Yeah. I've considered, this is my cousin actually, I've considered starting a nonprofit down the road. I didn't realize how much is needed to start one.
Sheena, I will sit there and tell you, this is amazing. Thank you. If you actually want to sit there and give me a call, you can send a text to 202-515-0985. And my assistant, Melissa, will get you direct contact with me, or you can ask her and I will personally assist you with getting the actual paperwork, and it will not cost you $6,000 to do so.
Yeah, it's a lot of back end work, and it's crazy.
It is. But I literally come up with a way that you can sit there and write everything down. Boom.
I love that.
Yeah.
As we restart our youth, Sionne, we're just definitely going to be talking then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there anything coming up for Sionne's Heart?
Yes. So Sionne's Heart has quite a few things. So I think I wrote most of them down. Can I have that list, please? Ooh, thank you, dear.
Thank you, Melissa.
She's waiting. So we have a thing called Sip and Shop, which is something we do every single year throughout the year. It's where we do a sip and shop. So it's virtual. It'll be virtual this time. It can be virtual anytime, and anybody can do it. So I encourage other organizations or even individuals to do it. So our Sip and Shop is just where we go online, very similar to what you do. You sit there and get people to donate socks, coats, and blankets. So what most people don't know, socks are the most important thing and the number one requested thing in the entire world with homeless youth all throughout the homeless community. Then we have another thing called our Leadership Dialogue and Honors is coming up. So that is when we scroll through about, I want to say 10,000 individuals who have been nominated through up and down the East Coast through various high schools. And we sit there and give them a scholarship, help them get into that. That's a huge thing. This would be our third annual one. We have a shoe drive coming up. We have our produce and food giveaway, which is another free thing that we do. A lot of it got slowed down. If you remember, we had a lot of the hurricanes. So Sionne's Heart bumped up, and we took care of almost, I think, 4,500 individuals in Louisiana. So I sat there and I said, take my credit card and just go crazy. And we did, and we worked with everybody, all of our partners, families, and it was phenomenal. And then in Texas as well. And we were on the news, Fox News, about it. It was a lot. It was random. I didn't, I don't do a lot of things to sit there and get recognition. I really don't like to be recognized. I prefer to sit in the back, which is why I don't do a lot of interviews. We have our scholarship brunch, which is another thing that's in Maryland, Virginia, and DC. We have our Kids Matter Drive, which our Kids Matter Drive is where we set up all these different, we work with all the schools in the community. Excuse me. No, it's not COVID.
That's okay. Allergy season is going on right now.
Yes. So we have our Kids Matter Drive, which is what it is every kid up and down that wants to sit there and do. We have like arts and crafts. We have it's a packing party for the adults come over, and they do the packing party to help out the military to send over care packages. But at the same time, there's kids that we set up all kinds of tents that we work a lot with the STEM programs that sit there and get them science projects. So we have jumping houses and things of that nature. And it really and then they get tested at the same time or just looked at. And then we help them push through to get their ideas of what they want to do. We have our coffee drive, which we work with Starbucks every year. And then we have our Youth Excellence Ball, which is an amazing feature. So it has a lot to do with a lot of the youth up and down that you see, like Greta Thunberg, things that we recognize, things of that nature, but within the community. Obviously, I have nothing to do with people overseas. You know what I mean? So we do things like that. And it's this excellence ball, and we sit there and do fundraising. We have drag brunches all the time. And then we have this newest thing that we're doing. It's called, we haven't really given it a name. So it's very, very new. So what I want to do is reach out to a lot of like, I'll probably ask you about it. So a lot of like the entertainment drag queens, and then probably like JP, big organizations, little organizations, go up and down the East Coast. And we would sit there and front the bill and stuff like that. So we do drag brunches to create awareness for homeless youth, LGBT, mental health awareness. So we're going to do it once a year. It's going to be a full month. And we at Sionne Hunter is going to front the bill. So once a month, it doesn't matter what month we do it. And then we will literally go through and do a thing. We already got, we're going to be partnering with Hilton, Marriott, so all the hotels will be free, and just literally go to is like a couple cities and communities up and down the East Coast, and just promote awareness and have a blast. You know what I mean? There'll be no charge. We're going to cover everything just to sit there and get awareness in a lot of places that are not fully aware. Because, I mean, yes, you can go to New York, full of LGBT, very well known, Stonewall, things of that nature. But at the same time, there's a lot of communities, like in my community, Bethesda, Maryland. We are the very first LGBT, I would say LGBT nonprofit that would sit there and do drag brunches. And a lot of people were unaware, and it's a very, very rich Jewish community who, you know what I mean, it opened their eyes, and a lot of the Jewish community is now on board with what we do, and they sit there and preach about it and things like that, which is a huge blessing. Because people, like I said, people are not, if they don't understand, or if you force them to understand, then it creates them to push away. And Sionne Hunter is about gaining full-blown acceptance without having you push away. I don't need your money, but I want you to understand that your child might be LGBT and might just not want to communicate with that because of rules, religions, parents, expectations. But at the same time, to create that awareness allows you to actually have a heart and understand that there may be things that can't be said, but you might be able to express in another way without making your child feel a certain type of way, running away, suicide, mental health. Yeah. And then the biggest thing that we have going on is so I've been working on it for about a year and a half. There's a lot of them. We're probably going to be partnering with Crisis Text Line or something like that, but Sionne Hunter is going to have our very own mental health text line and hotline. Yeah, that's the biggest one. It's a lot of work. I don't know.
Now. Yeah, very needed right now. This world needs more mental health resources. So that's amazing. Well, everybody out there watching, you can hear it right here. Anything you need help with, if you need a host for your ball, if you need an entertainer for your brunch, if you need anything, I am there, babe.
Oh my gosh. Can I show you this?
Yes, please. Show me whatever.
Sionne Hunter helps out we sponsor a lot of youth football or team sports organizations. Okay. And I guess we just got a plaque from one of our individuals.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
Yeah. Aww.
The Lakeshore Lightning 10U softball team would like to thank you for your valuable contribution and appreciation to Sionne Hunter Inc. Yes.
That's amazing. So I get a lot of stuff like I don't always see it, but stuff like this makes me happy. I mean, we supported and sponsored and paid for all their uniforms. You know what I mean? Parents might have it, but at the same time, it makes it a lot easier if someone else can help out. That is awesome. Oh,
that's wonderful.
That is so awesome. Yay.
Before we jump in,
Kim, hi.
Oh yes, also known as Brandonna Dupree Laree.
She is lovely.
Not just lovely, but the bitch is talented and stunning.
Girl, isn't she though?
And just
she is
literally one of the most amazing people. She actually is who got me into United States. So
she's everything. I've known her forever. I mean, like way back DC days, and she was serving boots and has always had such a genuine heart. And you know what I mean? And she's just amazing, amazing, amazing. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Oh,
my.
hi, Herbie. How are you, babe?
Oh, hi, gorgeous.
Promoter
I
for West
love
Virginia,
him.
Gay United States.
Hi, Herbie.
Yes, love
Yes.
you.
Yes.
All right, caught your
Katya.
attention. Hey, Dion, missing you. Sionne.
Oh, is it okay if I do something really quickly?
Yes, please.
Okay, so hi, you guys. Katya, everybody like that. All I need you to do is make a comment the first time you met myself or Miss Aaliyah Martinez, and or inbox either one of us. And Aaliyah will go ahead and sit there and do a little scramble because I can't see your names and stuff like that. During this thing, I was given permission. Let's do some giveaways. So I want to choose 5 people right now to give $50 to each. Right now via Venmo. So just put your Venmo down. I can't see anything at all. So I don't know what is going on. But
our current Miss Gay United States, our newly crowned Miss Gay United States, Miss Sabrina White was just on. Hi, baby.
Oh, we love Sabrina White. Sabrina White, please feel free to text me. I do have a gift and a very lovely basket. I had a going away gift for the outgoing, and I have a very lovely gift for the incoming. If you want to know what it is, just ask Miss Martinez and the former. It was a good package.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So yes, if you want to comment in or if you want to message in, I can. We can take care of the randomizing on the back end.
Perfect.
And then I will make sure that either during the broadcast, which I think we can do.
Perfect.
And if not, we will post live somehow that who wins.
So we're going to go ahead and give away $250. That's 5 people, right?
5 people.
Perfection.
We love that. Wonderful. Oh my gosh. Thank you for doing that during the show.
You're welcome.
Is there anything else about your organization that we haven't talked about that you're partaking in this year or that you have done in the past that you would like people to know?
Yes. So one of the biggest things for myself and my organization, it's been a hit or miss, and it's a very touchy subject, but it's not a touchy subject, but it's something that is not as recognized. So what Sionne's Heart has been working on, and I've recently just purchased 2 additional properties. So for the very first time, we will be opening up within the next, I think, 14 months. Once we get all our additional permits and stuff, we will be opening up a, there's 2 things. So there's a lot of transgender homes or like recreation centers. However, it still does not necessarily really help them get to where they need to be and be accepted, be fully accepted within the job space. So I have been working with over 175 different companies to help them get employment. On top of that, we will have a transition. We'll be opening the very first full-blown free transitional housing for transsexual men, women inside of that. And then our other biggest thing as of next year, we will be opening up the very first, and I mean it has taken me 3 years in the making, but the very first transitional housing for pregnant youth.
Ooh, yeah.
And that's across the board. It's something that has never been done because of all the red tape, because of the youth. But however, we have an ongoing remedy of what I have and have not done, and then connections. I've used my family, friends, stuff like that to really get a perspective of how this is going. And I'm very happy to announce that the house was built. I have pictures and stuff like that. The house was built. So I bought a property, and we are going to be housing 25 youth that, because people get pregnant. It doesn't matter if they're straight or, LGBT, however, you know what I mean? Because a lot of transgenders or LGBT youth, when they run away from home, they fall into sex working. You know what I mean? It's not a secret. It's something that we all know about. I mean, it might be this, but that's what it is. So that's 2 of our major, major projects that I'm very, very, very happy about, and that will be federally funded.
Yes, that's amazing. Wow, that's wonderful. I'm so happy that you're able to do all of this. I honestly don't know how you do it, but
I don't sleep. My neighbors don't understand how I don't sleep. I'm up 19 hours a day, every single day, working because outside of this is not my only job. I am a nurse practitioner. So I do deal with a lot of the government side, senators, congressmen, but that's my personal side. But at the same time, it also allows me to fund a lot of these projects. And, you know what I mean? Working with your local officers statewide and stuff like that, getting to know them and getting to know where they're at allows me to find different various funding and things that other people would not normally look into, which really helps out. So that's why I continue to do it. And even though sometimes I don't sleep for 3 days, but at the end, the product will be there because once I'm gone, Sionne's Heart will be here forever and it will be fully funded. And my grandparents, I think when I decided to do this, we created a living will that will continue to give quite a bit of money to make sure that things continue to go. So if something were to ever happen to me, that it would continue to go and my work would still be there without. So if I, what if I was not able to work? You know what I mean? What if I was, so my grandparents, my family made sure to put that in a living will, part of like my trust fund or something like that, to just continue to roll it. I said, give it all away. I said, let's get these people help.
That's amazing.
I get these people help.
I think, honey, you and I working together could do quite a bit because I am like you. I think I sleep like 4 hours a day and then the rest is work. It is either working my day job or working on Viva Aaliyah or working on my nonprofit stuff or working on whatever I need to work on. So you and I are, I mean, I think we knew this when we got to know each other, but we are kindred spirits. We have a lot in common. We fell into knowing each other because I felt like I knew you the first time we spoke. I just felt like we had that connection and we just knew what each other was about. So yeah, I feel like it's so wonderful. If you're just starting to tune in, I did see a few more viewers come in. Sionne is not only on the show today, but also giving away $50 to 5 people today. That's going to total $250. Those are gifts to give out. If you comment below, comment your Venmo, and then we will be doing a randomized drawing at the end of the show for 5 people.
Yeah.
So we have announcements to make. We have things coming up in our life that are very, 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 very exciting. So while we were at Gay United States, you turned to me and said something, and I was like, oh, I wasn't going to do this again this year because I'm moving on to, obviously United States will always be a part of my life, but I need to focus on the pageant that I am competing in. And so I was thinking about just pausing for a year and then coming back.
Yeah.
But you turned to me and said,
oh, let's do it. Let's get it rolling. Are you talking about
us promoting together?
Yes, that is true. I'm ready. So however you want to do it, I'm ready. Let's promote this. The GUS system it's really turning it out. From the first time when I first started, a few people here and there, but now it's literally become it. I think not too much longer. It literally will be 50 contestants, like literally every single state, multiple, and it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. JP, the formers, all of you have done such an amazing job, and I would love to sit there and continue to promote the acceptance that it brings, the constant love that you guys obtain, and the constant love-hate relationship that I see all of you guys have, which is a hot mess. I will say the only hate we have for each other is when the other one looks more sickening that day, though. Mm-hmm. We love each other so much. Yes. The sisterhood is, and this is a testament to actually this year. The sisterhood this year came together like it hasn't before, and it was so beautiful and so wonderful to be backstage with Brandana and with Bianca and Shay Shay and with honestly Felicia and Adriana and I could literally go on and name every girl that was there. But the thing is
we are ride or die for each other and will always. But the thing that we were sitting, actually, this was before the winner was announced, so I hadn't made my decision to like pause, or I made my decision to pause before I knew who the winner was. We were sitting at awards brunch when you turned to me, and
Yes.
and I said,
let's do it.
JP was announcing prelims, and you said, "Aren't you a prelim promoter?" And I said, "Oh, I'm taking a break this year." And you said, "Why? What if I co-promoted with you? Can we promote together?" And I was like, "Absolutely."
And there was no alcohol involved, so I definitely know I said it, girl.
There wasn't. And not only do we have both of us, but we have Christian Gay, who is
and that's a huge deal.
our
Huge
current
deal.
ally.
Yes. That's
So-
what New York is bringing it.
Yeah, New York will be bringing it. We have 3 of us that are going to be there. Former Miss Gay United States, Sionne, who has been a judge for how many years now? At least 5, right?
Yeah. Yeah, 5.
And you just know our world and what the pageant is about. And the thing is you know drag, but you don't have to know drag as long as you know the family that Gay United States is.
This is true. This is
And you
very
know both
true.
of those things.
It stands, Gay United States stands for something specific. And then me being a very longtime friend of the owner, JP, and then you have Ariane Descartes. I've known her and loved her. You know what I mean? Her Patti LaBelle, that wig that just never falls off. You know what I mean? Like her exuberance of how she performs. Then you have Shay Larice, you have Brendana, you have everybody. I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly through when they were doing it at Ziegfelds. You know what I mean? I've been a judge at a few other pageants, little national pageants, stuff like that. I am a nationally certified pageant judge. I do for children, you know, things up and down the United States. So it's not, but I do, my heart always comes back to Gus. But absolutely.
It's just so, when you said that to me, I feel like a spark just lit back up in me. And I because I was sad, you know, I am the promoter for New York. I have been for 2 years. And I was like, I'm sad that I have to go away for a year, but I'm so excited that I have the opportunity to come back. But like I said, I needed to focus on my EOI package. That's where I'm going. EOI,
that needs to do. Absolutely.
Which you and I have talked about.
Yes, and I'm ready to support that as well. I'm ready to support it.
But we have such a love for this system and such a love for, obviously, New York. And it's so beautiful. And we have so many talented queens here. Have to come back to New York. Yes.
Yes.
Brendana, you are more than welcome back.
We love you too, JP.
Absolutely love you. And that beautiful family of yours.
That family. His son and his wife crack me up. They are so adorable when they have their movie nights. They're so cute.
Yeah,
so
Gino is so cute with all the pictures.
Have you heard him talk?
I have not been able to yet. I actually haven't seen
his
Gino since I handed down.
His vocabulary is his pronunciation, everything about that little child. Jay, I'm telling you, that little boy, and he's ridiculously smart. Amanda and JP are gonna have to watch out. And he's what, 2, 3?
Not just for the smarts, but he is going to steal some hearts.
He really is. He really is. He is the most adorable child I've seen. Oh, he's so kind. He's truly kind.
Well, when you are taught to be that way, you are. So
this is true. Good-hearted people.
This is what I was going to say. So, New York, unfortunately, obviously, we started in a pandemic, and New York was one of the heaviest hit places in the nation. And
I was there.
We were planning on, still here.
No, I mean, I was one of the people that was reinitiated to help out in setting up for the I think we helped like 2,000 people. It was bad. It was a disaster. I was crying most of the time, but I kept through it.
It was crazy. I mean, just New York is still not back to 100% New York, but the spirit of New York will always be here. Mm-hmm. But we were actually going to have Miss Gay New York at BuzzFeed Studios. And so,
oh, really?
And so we are going to work on that again this year. I mean, we'll work on it. We'll make sure that we have some some sort of media there, and that we
will get it there.
Yeah, we will get it there. We will make sure that we have another amazing prelim, and that our beautiful Sabrina White can come, and our Jackson can come in and be just the national symbols of excellence that they are.
Absolutely. And Sabrina White, you know, she's a trooper. That lady will fly between her and her husband. She will get there come hell or high water. You know what I mean? She will roll.
She drove
over.
to get United States.
Yep. And I was like, oof, there's no way on God's green earth I'd be able to do that without complaining.
Yeah, I can definitely. I'm a good road tripper. So Sabrina, if you ever need a road trip, sister, I'm here for you, girl. But when I drag my poor husband along, he is always like, "You made me go on a 13-hour trip. Where?"
Nope.
Sionne's like, "I will fly all of you there if you just."
I will fly all of you there. Just say when we gotta be there. Because like I don't mind driving at all. I'll like if I sleep during the day and I wake up at like 9 o'clock at night, I can drive like for 15 hours. But during the day, good luck. I can't. My mind is not focused. It's just like, nope. It's like a puppy. Good luck.
I mean, I hear that. I'm somebody that I could be there. Oh, hey. So I could literally be in a car by myself if I needed to for 13 to 15 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm good. But
because you're by yourself.
I know not everybody is like that.
Yes. Think of a number through 1 through 10.
Ooh.
Or 1 through 100 right now.
1 through 100. 77.
Now think of another number, but do not sit there and say it. Let's give away some money, girl.
Okay.
And tell your producer, tell the people to go ahead and put a number down in the comment section, and the one who is closest gets it. Closest
to the number I'm not saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me grab I'm gonna grab a pen really quick so I can write down the number that my producer is right here with me.
Bam.
Keep that one, babe. Oh wait, there we go. I'm just gonna write this down and then we will be good to go.
Let's get some holiday money away.
Holiday money, honey.
Yeah.
So y'all say the number that I'm thinking. It's between 1 and 100, and if y'all are the closest, you get it. Okay, so I've said what I see a little bit. I see us at BuzzFeed again. What do you see for the New York prelim in 2021?
So for the New York prelim, I still am very new to doing like the prelim aspect. However, I don't want to sit there and make it too large because I do have an over-the-top mind. You know what I mean? So I will need you and Christian Gay and JP to really keep me in check because a prelim should not be bigger than, you know what I mean?
JP will probably comment in and say that I already make it too big, so.
Oh, then we're fine. Then he probably saw us both together and we're just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, he was probably like, oh shit, here we go.
I'm all about it. So BuzzFeed, lighting, I want everything. I want, like, because you have to remember, like when I did drag and was competing and stuff like that, and then like, because I've started in Hawaii. So we would have our goddess, our Hawaiian goddess, and then me being Fijian, we're all about that, like the hip movement type stuff. You know what I mean? Nowadays they call it twerking, but Hawaiian and our movement is not twerking. But but you know what I mean? I want something elaborate, but I want the crown and the jewels specifically have to be over the top. I have been literally, since you and I have been talking, I've had my staff, I've had everyone sit there and bring me hundreds of like jewels and like things of this nature, and then looking through like old crowns and royalty crowns to sit there and create something. But also I just based on the stones, because I honestly don't know how the crown for that has to be, and I don't know how much we're allowed to give as far as whatever, but I also want to make sure that I can
show you the prelim crown. Honey, will you grab my prelim crown?
And then I do know for a fact that our prelim, obviously the promoters and stuff like that, our tickets and stuff for flying, because it'd be from New York, they will be fully taken care of. Of that, I'm sure. Oh.
So this is the Prelim Crown.
That is yes, ma'am.
Um,
Is that Swarovski?
We can do it. No, it's not. It's this is from a place that makes crowns. And then we can also do it with the middle stones in red, white, and blue.
That would be sickening.
Yeah.
That's
So,
beautiful.
Just well,
and it's done by them. So do we need to use the national crown?
Yeah. So
the national jeweler.
Actually,
I love them. I'm
sure Dominic can do this for me. If Dominic can pull up Kimmy's. Kimmy was our representative for New York this year. She unfortunately couldn't come because COVID hit her with her job. But Kimmy was our representative, and I had this embellished to be a little bit
beautiful,
more grand.
I like that.
She had a
beautiful Lion Witch in the wardrobe.
It really is. She had a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful crown. But she, when Dominic finds it, he'll put it up. But yeah, so I feel like I'm on board with you. I also, you know me, my jewels are always fierce drag jewels. I love to work with Nova. Nova is one of my closest
I have
friends.
a few pieces from them. A lot, actually.
Yeah. And so it's, oh, there we go. The crown on Kimmy's head was the one that we did. And it's a little bit, it's this crown, but we embellished it.
Okay, let's roll with it. So when you do the crown, so can we add jewelry, bracelets, stuff like that? I definitely know for a fact, all that stuff I know verbatim. I've already started to create like a fund that you guys will have access to sit there and automatically do it. So you know what I mean? And because I want to make sure that if they're going to represent us, there's certain things that I would like to see done, but at the same time, I would like them to really represent, you know what I mean? Because if I'm going to promote something and you're going to promote something, you being a former, people need to understand it's not just going to be like, oh, this quick thing and be like, oh, literally the first and second, like hold them. Okay. I'm a very sweet person to a degree, but you need to hold people accountable because think about it. If that person goes to win and then they don't do what they're supposed to do, that reflects back on us.
Yeah.
And that would damage me and want me to pull completely and go on birth control.
Yes, birth control. That would also
birth control and be like,
That's why we'll have judges like Brandonna here.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the judges and stuff like that. Because I'm a stickler. Like I know, like when I judge the national pageant and stuff like that, like I am not basing it. Like if I'm entertained, I'm entertained. You know what I mean? But at the same time, a lot of people will come, as you know, they all come back to me and be like, well, how come you gave me high scores here, but didn't give me high scores as far as being entertained? Or how come you said I entertained you, but these speculations here? I'm like, well, honestly, look at what they're asking you of what I'm supposed to be judging. I'm a technical judge. I'm not a judge that is, all the other people are formers. That is why JP put me on there. I'm not like everybody else. If you have, and I'm a stickler for perfection. I have severe OCD. So if there's tags and if there's something, because I will sit there and I'm not always, I will count the jewels on your thing to make sure that there's nothing popping out. If I see string lines, there's string lines, but I write it down. But at the same time, if you come to me, I'm not going to sit there and judge you because you have to remember it's a point scale of 5. So I need to literally find some stuff for me to even give you up the score. And then if it says your judge's personal entertainment level or something like that. Well, you had a beautiful outfit, but I wasn't entertained. Or you know what I mean? If you were going to walk like that, why are you putting your head to the side? You're supposed to walk proud like a queen. You know what I mean? Do that. But I always make sure I write it.
People need to remember, you're not, yes, we're judging for that night when we judge a pageant, but we're also judging for your reign. As the ongoing Miss Gay United States or Mr. Gay United States or any of the other divisions we have, we need to see a person who is going to entertain a crowd their entire reign, whether that be lip sync, live, playing an instrument, dancing, pantomiming, whatever you do. I need to see that not only are you entertaining, but that you're passionate about it. And that's
it's not just a check. Not just a check.
Yeah. And so that's why we judge the way we do, because we want somebody that is going to be a part of the family, not just somebody that's coming to collect a crown and a check, girl.
Absolutely, because when I judged a very long time ago for EOY, it was not the same thing as like that says entertainment of the year. It's a pageant, but I mean it's a very gaudy pageant, but it's not the criteria is different. So I'm going to hold you to a different standard. Now you can be mad at me all you want to, but at the same time, I also am not being paid to be here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not being paid to be here. I'm here because I want to see you do your best. And I get a lot of messages because I do sit down with the girls that did not but at the same time, and I'm like, come back. You need to come back. If you fix this and this, like, who is that? The current runner-up, the first alternate. She's amazing. Absolutely stunning. She has the same name as someone else. She got first.
Sabrina.
No. Is her name Sabrina as well?
Sabrina was in the top 5. So Sabrina White won, and then Sabrina Caprice Hart was in the top 5.
And this one, because she also got it last year as the same. She won the same.
Oh,
2 years in a row.
Was it Dominique? Was Dominique?
I believe it is.
Yeah, Dominique.
I want to say, you know what I mean? And she will tell you, she went to me and she asked me about every single thing that I nitpicked on. And then she came back and look, bam, she changed everything and then turned it. Literally, like, I think, what is it? This one was just by a few points.
Yeah. And by the end of the night, I was ready to crown a girl because I probably had enough to drink by then.
I did get
I was not judging this year for anybody watching. I was not judging this year.
Yeah, no, it was a lot. But and I love to do that because when we were during the pageant, which was a lot of fun, I get a kick out of Ariane and Salad Girl. I just call her Salad.
Yes, Salad.
Salad. Yeah.
Salad.
And I was like, just buy the bar. And then also we were laughing because I told her, they're like, you just keep buying shots. We need to trade. Oh, yes, that good Jello shot.
Yes. Dr. Hunter, we need a tray of Jello. Let me tell y'all, this one bought probably, 8 to 10 trays of Jello shots over the weekend.
We had to do it. But I'm not going to lie.
We had to do it.
They kept yelling, and I couldn't hear them. And think about it. Ariane and for them to get up, that's a problem. You know what I mean? It was not that difficult to sit there and do it. And you had a cute guy walking around with Jello shots. So just everybody stay seated so we can watch the pageant.
Because they shouldn't be yelling. Manager.
Yeah, Ariane had no voice. I was like, oof. She sounded girl. How you doing? She sounded like it got to a point where she sounded like the mom from the Goonies.
She said, you know who she sounded? Did you ever watch Rocko's Modern Life, the cartoon? She sounded like Beth Big Head.
Yes. The mom frog.
Yeah, the frog. Should we do our first giveaway?
Yes, ma'am.
Can
you bring me my phone, please? I need Venmo.
Okay, so we only have 4 names, so we're gonna randomly draw from those 4 names so far.
Sounds good to me.
All right. In no order, the first name we're gonna say is Marla Vera Falkerson.
Oh, Marla, I love her.
Marla.
Everyone's still wondering when she said she's gonna bring some food.
Yes. Marla competed at Miss Gay United States.
She did, and she has the most beautiful spirit.
She really does.
She really does. And I'm still waiting for her to cook me some food.
So we have.
Got it.
Do you want us to send these to you, babe, or are you taking them down as we go?
I'm taking this one as we speak.
Okay.
Winner.
Yes.
Okay.
The next is.
And then also make sure you write them down because once this goes, I'm gonna have Melissa send it all out at once, and then they will sit there and tag you to let you know that they've all been paid, so we're not looking like we didn't do something.
Sick thing. The second one is Fiona Witham.
Yay, Fiona! Congratulations, gorgeous. How many people are watching this?
We've had quite a few this entire show.
Oh wow! Hi, love you guys.
So Fiona is there. We'll send all these to you too, babe, so you don't have to write them down.
Okay, so how about I just sit there? I mean, I can have Sionne Hunter send it out, or since it is your show, I can just have Melissa forward it to you, and you just pay the people.
Okay, we can do that.
Perfect. I'll
Sure.
send you the $250 and you guys just take care of that.
Perfect.
Because I need to let her go. She needs to go home. It's nighttime.
Melissa, we love you for it.
Melissa, they said that.
The next one is Sheena Olivia Nolan.
Sheena Olivia Nolan, hi.
She is who's going to reach out to you about her nonprofit.
Absolutely, and I will gladly sit there and schedule a phone call. If you text Melissa, she can put you on my schedule, and because of what you're doing, I will make any time that you need, and I do make myself available a lot. I don't really sleep, so whatever time, whatever thing, you're welcome, sweetie. Mwah. So just so you guys know, you guys are all winners of $50 holiday cash.
And we have one more.
Yeah.
Miss Kimberly or Brandonna Dupree-Larice.
Miss Brandonna Dupree. Girl, you know where that's going? Straight to that Bacardi.
Yeah.
Or no, it's not even Bacardi. Whatever. I was like, wow, she can sit there and just put that away. What is that? My stomach would be burning.
Girl, Brandonna, tell us what you were drinking at the pageant.
Straight. Because, I told the bartenders, just take care of everybody. But I'm not sure what they were drinking. There's no way on God's green earth the grass would be yellow drinking what they were drinking.
Probably.
Because you and I had a lot of really, because I had everybody taste that one drink that I like to have, which is Fruit Loop vodka, lemon vodka from, I forgot the name, and that's it. It's just something simple. Very good.
Yeah, we were, I think, honestly, it was Mercedes was making us all drink tequila shots. So, you know how she loves her tequila. Okay,
and
so
shout out to the bartenders. Oof.
I'm going to show my producer the number that I wrote down.
Oh, yes.
Because you have one more giveaway. If you want to talk about what the giveaway is, then I will show him the number, and then he's going to post some of the not winners, and then we'll post the winner.
Okay, so for the giveaway, so you can choose another person for the fifth person if they decide to do that. But for this specific giveaway from your number, you will be getting $100 on top of sending myself a personal phone call with myself on whatever finances, whatever, and I will sit there and help you like that. But you will literally get another $50 gift card to Amazon. So basically, you're getting $150 and a personal phone call with me. If you'd like, we can sit there and boost you up.
So we're doing, is that $100 Venmo, a phone call with you, and then a $50 Amazon card? Is that how you're doing it? Okay, perfect.
So, and that's on top. That's completely separate than the 4 people. Okay. Because you can, if another person pops up, that's another $5. Because we said $250, make it $250. Add on the $150. Mm-hmm.
So Dominic is going to post some of the farther away numbers. Then I'm going to announce the number I said.
Okay.
So 56 is a farther away number. 85 is a farther away number. We can do 2 more. Do we have?
This is crazy because last time on my thing, I gave away to the bartenders because the bartenders needed help in DC. Yes. So I gave away like $2,000 if you remember. Yes. And then I like to do random questions on my feed. So if you guys want to sit there and do that, I do random questions on my feed. I give away $200. Every question that you answer is literally no less than $50 to $300.
Work. Okay. Yeah. So my number that I did not say is 43.
Ooh.
And the winner is?
I'm assuming that. Oh, congratulations.
And what number did they say? Did Tim Castine say? 39. Okay.
Oh, wow. And just because it is the holidays, anyone that was selected or was not selected with the number game, go ahead and send me a message and I will make sure that you get a $25 consolation prize.
Come on, consolation prize.
So basically $25 via Venmo. It just makes it easier. Let's just give away holiday cash, ladies.
We will also we'll confirm those numbers.
Okay, and then I'll just send it to you, and then you just deal it out.
Great. My last question for you, my love, is what is coming up for you personally? What do you have going on? What is new for you? What can we help support you in? All of that.
For me personally, I just want everyone to do their best to trying to keep their families safe right now. And if you need, for me personally, just really have fun and keep your family safe and keep mental health is such a huge thing right now. You guys, there's so much going on. I just want people to be safe, keep their children safe. And if you guys need anything, to just reach out. I will gladly take your phone call, your message. I gave out the phone number if you want to rewind that, whatever. My assistant is always around. She literally saves my life in literally everything because I'm book smart, but street smart. Good luck.
Thank you, Melissa.
I'm a dying orchid. But as far as me personally, that's my biggest thing. So for me personally, I have a book coming out. I have been asked, I have 2 books. So one is a memoirs, and it will be, I'm going to be published by Penguin.
Okay.
And then I also have a children's book coming out as well on mental health.
Wow.
Yeah.
When you get those, will you please let me know so I can buy a copy? And we will
Absolutely. I'll send you a copy.
We will also be giving a copy. I will buy a copy, and then the copy you send
Absolutely.
me, we will be giving away on the show.
Yeah, thank you very much. Because I know we sent in the thing, and the children's book was accepted and will be published. And then we also sent in a random cookbook that we were getting from family. It's called Heart to Heart Recipes. And so basically what that one was, I think it's already sold 100,000 copies, but all that was I went to every single person that I've ever assisted in the LGBT, homeless, and community, whatever, and just asked them what their favorite recipes that they remember that brought them home and made them feel safe. And we wrote it in a cookbook, and we just sat there and sold it. And that brought in, we ended up donating the 50 grand. We donated it, I think, to St. Jude's, and we ended up putting to a homeless shelter for a trans community.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, seriously, my friend, thank you so much for being on the show today. Thank you for showing me even more of your heart than you already have, and for talking about your
welcome.
amazing organization. Stick around for a minute. We're going to do the outro, and then we'll chat after the show.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. That is Dr. Sionne Hunter, my dear friend.
Bye, you guys. Love you. Mwah. Be safe.
Co-promoter of Miss Gay New York, United States this year. Thank you, love. We will see you in just a second. All right, Vivas, that is our show for today. Next week, we have another amazing show for you. Keep up on the website. We are updating it very, very, very soon. We will also have some things to sell that are going to go towards Entertainer of the Year when I compete. So check that out. I can't wait to see you next week. If you have if you are a bartender or have a bartender in mind that you would like to see on our show upcoming, please go ahead and email us at production@AliyahMartinezQueen.com. That's production@AliyahMartinezQueen.com. The reason we feature bartenders is because the nightlife and the hospitality industry has been hit very hard during this pandemic. We want to help them out as much as we can. Thank you again. Before we finish the show, I just want to thank my hair person who is Hair Witch. Of course, I'm not wearing Fierce Drag Jewels today, but always she's a sponsor. Fierce Drag Jewels and Big Girl Nails by Coco. Thank you. I think my camera died, but we will be back with you next week. Viva Aaliyah.